Hi guys, and welcome to my new look YouTube channel. Now, I wanted to talk today about henna hair dye, as it's something that I've actually never experimented with before. I saw a very shocking thing online recently that said the average age for a woman to turn grey, to receive her first grey hair, is 35 years old. I'm actually 31 at the moment, and thankfully, touch wood, I have not had any grey hair yet. However, it's something that I know I will need to think about in the long-term future. Now, after having my children, I noticed that my hair changed dramatically. It was thick and glossy and became very thin, very flat, very weak and lifeless. It's something that I felt very insecure about. I would be in the shower and literally handfuls of hair would just pull out, like what you would find in a hairbrush, but on a kind of weekly basis. So my hair became a lot thinner after each pregnancy. I also, from the age of around 16, dyed my hair peroxide blonde, which was the biggest ever no-no. My hair turned to straw, it snapped off, it became very dry, very brittle, would break very easily. So it's safe to say that I haven't actually treated my hair the best across all of these years. As a teenager growing up, I've tried lots of different hair colours. My actual hair colour is a 7, which, as you can see from my roots, is a dark blonde, but I always felt that it was a light brunette. So when I've dyed my hair brown, my roots come through too light, and when I dye my hair blonde, my roots come through too dark. It's that very middle colour that I just never felt happy about, my natural colour. So I've been lots of different colours across the years, from peroxide bright Barbie blonde to having cosmic blue hair, which is black with a blue sheen. I've had green hair, I've had brown hair, I've had just highlights. I've literally tried everything. I've never had red hair and I've never had orange hair. Now, my hairdressers have said to me over the years that when they dye my hair, it kicks off a red tone. They are very careful when they dye my hair blonde. They have to do it in a particular way, I don't know the ins and outs of it, so that you don't turn ginger. My late grandmother was ginger, my cousins are ginger, bright flaming orange. And I think it's such a beautiful colour. It's something I've never actually dyed my hair, but at times when dyeing has gone wrong, it has kicked off red tones, and then my hairdresser has fixed it. So I've never been left with just ginger hair before. So this really is a new experience for me, and I'm crossing my fingers that it will work out well. If it doesn't, I can always change the colour with another henna dye. So why henna compared to hair dye? This is something I've been doing my research on, and I've discovered that henna cannot lighten the hair. So I can never be blonde with henna. But equally, I'm looking for a hair colour that I can have when my hair becomes worse with age. So when I have grey hair that's very brittle, that's breaking, that's dry, that looks even worse than my hair does now, I need a hair colour that I can stick with that won't be damaging. And henna is something that has been used for such a long time across the world. It's something that hairdressers may not talk about very often, and that you may not come across somebody that you can instantly recognise uses henna. It can come in the colours of red, brown or black. It is also said that henna is safer than commercial hair dye, because unlike chemical hair dye, henna is not damaging to your hair. Henna is a natural dye that will stay in your hair. This means that it doesn't fade as easily. And it also means that henna will not wash out. So when you have that colour, you keep that colour. Rather than chemically changing the colour of your hair, think of it as a varnish going over the top like you would paint your nails. It creates a layer on each hair, and because of this, when your natural roots grow through, it's far more subtle than using a chemical hair dye. If you do want to change your colour after using henna, you must wait a month to use a chemical hair dye. But just like using henna on the skin for tattoos and body art, people can have an allergic reaction to henna, so it's always important to do a patch test. The more brighter colours of henna will last between 4 to 6 weeks, and then you can recolour. Although friends of mine who use henna say that they only do so every 6 months, and that's enough. Surprisingly, Henna is actually recommended for thickening fine hair. So for thick, strong and healthy locks in a natural way that's less damaging to your hair, henna does seem to be the best option. For the last few years, I've simply added highlights of blonde to my hair to break up my roots and give it a bit more colour, as I felt that my natural colour is not something that I would have chosen to have. I do tie my hair up constantly. I don't use straighteners or hair dryers on my hair just because I don't want to add further damage. And I go to the gym a lot, so I'm constantly working out, getting sweaty and washing my hair. So here is my hair now, before my hair dye. It's not in a horrible condition, but it could be better. It does get quite wispy and fly away, and I find a lot of static on the top of my hair. I'm going to show you step by step how I use henna for the first time. Wish me luck! Here we go. Oh! First thing I did was get it straight on my face. No! Oh, so messy. Oh my god. It kind of feels like, you know when you're a kid and you play with mud and your mum tells you off, she's like, why have you got so messy? It's like this big kind of thatch of hair, and I can't tell if I'm getting to the roots entirely. I'm just kind of layering it and making it into a massive knotted mess. It feels very wrong doing this. You just massage all over to hopefully coat every hair, and it literally looks disgusting. It's not as messy as I thought it would be. I've seen a lot of videos saying that it's very messy, but you know, I've managed to keep it quite clean even with a ground sheet. It's taken around 10 to 15 minutes to apply. There's not really a method to this other than make a mess and enjoy. I don't know whether to take the gloves off or leave them on for this bit. Okay, cling film time. To keep the heating and allow the colour to develop. Job done. As you can see, it wasn't too messy. So here I am, 2 hours later, and my hair is beautiful. As you can see in the video, I used cling film and a towel on top of that in order to stop my hair from dripping everywhere. When it goes on as paste, as it gets warmer on your head, it then becomes liquid and you literally get green goo just dripping down your face like Halloween. Washing it out wasn't too bad. Took around 4 rinses and it was quite matted and lumpy. The more you work your fingers through it, the easier it comes out. My shower did look a bit like I'd had a fake tan gone wrong, and then a kind of food fight with a coffee maker. There was kind of gritty bits everywhere, and it was all bright orange. But then after it rinsed off, it didn't stain at all. So I'm very happy with that. As you can see, my new hair colour is just gorgeous. It's flamey, it's fiery, it's bold, and it just puts the biggest smile on my face ever. It feels so soft, and literally I can't stop stroking it. It smells incredible as well. Oh, it's just fragrant, it's uplifting, it's zesty, and I just don't want that smell to ever go away. I'm actually contemplating getting henna just to keep for room fragrance. Like, it's gorgeous. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope I've inspired you to try something bold and daring. So I actually think even when my roots come through, that because they're dark blondes, they'll actually go quite nicely. And I don't think it's going to be that obvious. I will do an update on my blog where you can see how my hair changes. For the first 24 hours after dyeing, the colour does still adjust. So my final colour will be tomorrow morning. And I will put all of these details onto my blog, which is tracykiss.com, where you can see them all there. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, write me a comment, and keep watching for more.